I am trying to keep my composure. I had to meditate before I recorded just because I feel like I'm about to crash out. I'm shaking, and I really feel like I'm about to crash out because I looked at the Eagles box score and I could not believe what I saw. Saquon Barkley had 6 carries for 30 yards. Saquon Barkley in a NFL game when the Eagles were up double digits had 6 carries, not for the half, not for the quarter, for the entire game. What are we talking about? See, Kevin Patulo, it's like when we tell him, yo, trust Jalen Hurts. Yo, throw the ball. He's like, you know what? You want Hurts to throw? All he's going to do is throw. Like, we're not going to run the ball. It is coaching malpractice to give Saquon the ball 6 times. He was averaging 5 yards a pop. 5 yards a pop. When you have a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, you run the damn ball. We're not the Ravens. We're not John Harbaugh. We're not Todd Monken and these guys. When we're up, we run the damn football. There has to be balance. There has to be balance. Yes, we don't want y'all to run the ball on 2nd and long and 3rd and long. We want you to be aggressive. We saw that first touchdown. How did that start? Because on 3rd and 17, the Eagles weren't conservative. They were aggressive, and it was a 50-yard bomb to Devontae Smith. The very next play, the Eagles were aggressive. They attacked Patrick Surtain. A.J. Brown forces a PI, and now you're in 1st and goal. Dallas Goedert gets a touchdown. That's what happens when you're aggressive. But for some reason, the Eagles offensive coordinator doesn't know the balance between running and throwing the football. He doesn't know the balance. And I am sick and tired of these in-house coaching hires. We have not seen an in-house coaching hire in the Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts era that has worked. Brian Johnson did not work. Sean Desai did not work. Kevin Patulo is not working. But this is not just on the coach. It's not just on the coach. I will say all of those penalties, all them false starts, illegal shifting, illegal motion. I'm like, we have an offensive coordinator, and I got to go back to the coach. I'm sorry. I got to go back to them. We have a offensive coordinator that it's always something wrong. It's either you can't get the ball to A.J. Brown. It's either you can't get the ball to Devontae Smith. Now you're getting the ball to these guys, but you forget you got Saquon Barkley. And then when you have explosive plays, it's always some illegal shift, a false start here, a holding here. That's on the coaching staff. That's on Kevin Patulo. That's on Nick Sirianni. So what that means, every time the Eagles offense tries to get creative, it's some penalty. I mean, penalties hurt the Eagles. Penalties are the reason why the Eagles lost the game. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to be that guy, but damn it, I'm gonna be that guy. The refs were playing favorites, dog. You're telling me that Bo Nix didn't commit intentional grounding? Look me dead in my eyes and tell me, yeah, Bo Nix meant to hit that receiver. No, he was about to get sacked, and it was intentional grounding. Where was the receiver? It was not a catchable ball at all. It wasn't in his vicinity at all. What are we talking about, bro? So that type of play rewards bad offense and doesn't reward great defense. Jalen Hurts should have been awarded a sack or intentional grounding. Instead, Bo Nix throws a bogus throw to a receiver that's nowhere near the throw, way in front of it, and they get an extra shot. Keep getting that clock moving, got to burn out some timeouts. It's a bad job. So the refs were crazy. Yo, that last drive, bro, Dallas Goedert was getting held. I saw Boy's hands was grabbing my man, yo. It was grabbing my man, Dallas Goedert, dog. They were. Goedert couldn't even turn around. He couldn't. That would have been in the red zone. And now the Eagles have a damn good chance of getting that touchdown. But that was easily pass interference. Like, what are we talking about? The defender did not allow Dallas Goedert to turn around. If that happened to Philly, if that happened to the Eagles, what's happening? It's being called a flag. It's being called PI. So the refs in this game were terrible. They were terrible. Yes, it was Eagles versus refs, but also there were some penalties that the Eagles did to themselves. Brett Thoth, what are you doing, guys? What are you doing, cuz? Saquon has a 7-8 yard run. You're holding. It pushes us back. And now it's 3 and out. We punt it away. Saquon Barkley, illegal shift in the backfield, illegal motion in the backfield. We had Devontae Smith, a beautiful pass. It was a dot. Devontae Smith had a hell of a game. And that play gets called back. Jordan Mailata, encroachment or false start, whichever one it was. Jalen Carter, encroachment, false start. I'm looking at this game, looking at the team stats. The Eagles had 9 penalties for 55 yards. That was huge. That was huge. So when you get to a big lead, and by getting to a big lead, you have to run the ball to run the clock out. That's what the Eagles are best at doing. You cannot be throwing the ball this much. I really don't get how Saquon only had 6 carries, bro. Like, it's really getting me upset. It's really getting me upset. But again, I said it earlier, and then I got sidetracked because I was crashing out a lot. But this isn't just on the coaches. Because A.J. Brown, you cannot be tweeting and referencing how you're not getting the targets you want, you're not getting the looks you want, and you're not running routes completely. You're not finishing routes. You stop midway during the route thinking you're giving up on the play. You realize, oh, Hurts actually has found me. And I get like, hey, there's been a lot of times, and I know that it's hard for a wide receiver to mentally stay checked in when a lot of times the pass protection, it breaks down. Hurts doesn't see you. Maybe you're being guarded. And even when you do show full effort on a route, you don't get the ball. But optics-wise, and just having the captain badge, like being a captain as well, you cannot tweet referencing the lack of targets you are getting, the lack of opportunities you are getting, and stop during a route which would have put the Eagles up 24-3. That would have been a 70-yard touchdown to the crib. Did Jalen Hurts overthrow it a little bit? Yeah. But best believe if A.J. Brown kept running and didn't stop running, he would have caught that ball, and he has over 100 yards on the day, a touchdown, and the Eagles win, and everybody's happy. So AJ got to look at that play and be like, I got to get better. He does. And as a leader of this team, you cannot do stuff like that. You can't. I think I spoke too soon about Kelee Ringo. And I'll be trying to get positive vibes and stuff, but it's real talk, gang. They were picking on him. The only difference between the Buccaneers and the Broncos, the Buccaneers were dumb enough to try to pick on Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. That was dumb as hell. Why are you picking on the Eagles' best defensive backs? And that did not work out for them because Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell had locks. The Broncos said, hey, we're not going to really try Quinyon like that. We're not going to really try Cooper DeJean like that, even though Sutton had some great grabs on Quinyon Mitchell. He had a really good game. They intentionally started picking out Kelee Ringo. And on that second point conversion, which was the play call, was the play of the game for the Broncos. I mean, yeah, like Kelee Ringo got cooked. He got cooked. So what I would do if I'm Howie Roseman, I'm looking for a cornerback too. I am. I heard that Seahawks cornerback Tariq Woolen, he's going to be available. I believe that's his name, Tariq Woolen. Seahawks, because he might have fell in the depth chart. Tariq Woolen, yeah. Tariq Woolen. So I would love for the Eagles to trade for him. 26 years old. He got promised, just is probably going to fall in the depth chart for the Seahawks with Devin Witherspoon coming back. Grab that guy, bro. Grab that guy. You got a bunch of picks. Go get him. Because I do believe Kelee Ringo is better than Adoree Jackson. And I believe that he's better than Jacorian Bennett at this point. And Jacorian Bennett is injured. So because of this, the Eagles are in a position where you are having a guy out there who is a considerable drop-off from Darius Slay. Like Darius Slay is here. Quinyon is here. Cooper DeJean is here. Kelee Ringo's here. Adoree Jackson's here. Jacorian Bennett's here. Like, it's a big drop-off from last year. Another thing, this defense has got to do a better job of rushing the passer. Now, granted, we did rush the passer, and Jalen Hunt got to Bo Nix, but he got bailed out with the refs not calling intentional grounding. So that's what that is there. Zach Bond's got to be better. I mean, we have the guy down. Andrew Makuba makes a great tackle in open space. I get that it's a bang-bang play, but Cuz is on the ground, bro. He's on the ground. What are we doing? Plays like that just can't happen. And now the Eagles got to use their timeouts. Now it shaves more time off the clock. And even with that, the Eagles had a chance to get a touchdown. And I think they would have got that touchdown if they didn't call. Matter of fact, if they called that PI on Dallas Goedert. That was clear as day. It was clear as day, bro. And it's like, I don't know what it is with the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, but it's like they lose certain games that nobody expects them to lose. Like Hurts is 15-2 against the AFC. He's beat Mahomes. He's beat Allen. He's beat Burrow. He's beat Lamar. The past, 3 years since 2022. He's beat all those guys. But he's lost to Bo Nix. He's lost to who's the guy? He lost to Zach Wilson. He lost to Bo Nix. He lost to Zach Wilson. Those are the two quarterbacks that beat Jalen Hurts in the AFC. It's weird, bro. Because I feel like sometimes the Eagles, they play down to their competition. And I'll give credit where credit is due. Like, the Eagles choked. The Broncos won the game. Sean Payton had the call of the game, that 2-point conversion. Got to tip my cap to him. He outcoached Vic Fangio. But at the end of the day, the Eagles cannot keep relying. I'll say it like this. The Eagles cannot continue to rely on Vic Fangio and their defense to bail them out. Not with this offensive talent. It should be the other way around. It should be the offense having to consistently bail out the defense. And so what we are seeing is that every game this year, it has been the Eagles defense having to bail the team out. Whether it was them pitching a shutout against the Cowboys week 1, whether it was Andrew Makuba's pick on Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce dropped the pass, whether it was the blocked field goals against the Rams, or whether it was the pick on Baker Mayfield in the red zone week 4, or the fumble on Bucky Irving. Like, it's always the defense having to save the day. And while Zach Bond did not have his best day, and while Quinyon Mitchell did not have his best day, I mean, Cortland Sutton, he won that battle over Quinyon Mitchell pretty handily. Pretty handily. While all those things are true, the Eagles have too much talent offensively to be banking on their defense to bail them out. Not with that offensive talent. Not with Hurts, AJ, Smitty, Goedert, Saquon. Nah, it can't happen. Can't happen. The one positive from this is that the Eagles play the Giants on Thursday. They play the Giants on Thursday. And it's a shorter, like, you don't have to wait the whole week because we know what's going to happen. Going to be talking about the Eagles, saying how, oh, the AJ, best believe, y'all, teams, the media is going to clip AJ Brown not running his route fully and bring back AJ's tweet. So, regardless, like, it wasn't a good look not to run that route, dog. It wasn't a good look. Not you can't complain. Like, that still pisses me off to this day. But they're gonna run it. They're gonna talk about that. They're gonna talk about, are the Eagles, the 2023 Eagles, like, etc. Like, they gonna cook him. And so the good thing is you have a game on Thursday. I believe Nakobe Dean is gonna come back on Thursday. That's why he didn't play on today, because they were like, hey, like, let's go ahead and have you for Thursday, and then you have much more rest when the Eagles play the Vikings. So this was a bad loss for sure. A terrible loss. You're double digits in the fourth quarter. It's terrible. It's flat out terrible. I'm disgusted by it. I'm ashamed by it. I'm embarrassed by it. I was talking about how Bo Nix is bad, and while I don't think Bo Nix is that good of a quarterback, he got the job done. He got the job done. I do think this is more about Sean Payton, and Sean Payton showing that he's a top 3 play caller in the game right now, and he hasn't lost his fastball. I think this is about Cortland Sutton winning his matchup against Quinyon Mitchell, something that I did not expect. And it's surprising that, I mean, yeah, Denver did have 130 rushing yards. But for a large part of the game, their rushing attack wasn't effective. And so my main point before this game was if you can stop Denver's rushing attack, you can blow them out. And it was trending towards that direction. But I'm looking at this, bro. Saquon Barkley, 6 carries for 30 yards. Jalen Hurts threw the ball 38 times. Saquon had 6 carries. That's not a recipe to win. Some way, somehow, the Eagles OC, Kevin Patulo, has got to find the balance between running and throwing the pill. He has to, bro. He has to. AJ Dillon, he had only 2 carries and got 12 yards. So he had 6 yards a pop. The Eagles ran the ball effectively. They has only had 11 carries. Like, there's no reason why the Eagles, when they were up majority of the game, have 18 less carries than the Broncos, who were down double digits in the fourth quarter. That's insane to me. But what this shows is that the Eagles have to find their identity, and they don't have one. They don't have one. Last year, the identity was running with Saquon, and that opens up the field for everybody else. This season, it's going to be more on the passing offense, but you don't want to completely neglect the rushing game. Like, yes, you want to be able to throw in the beginning, open the field up. Now at the safety, instead of stacking the box, he has to, play deep and focus on Devontae and AJ going deep. But you can't just forget about the rushing attack. So that's what it is, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we are out. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm so pissed off, bro, but it's been a minute since I felt a loss. I know y'all feel the same way too. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We are out.